Welcome back to Season 2 of the Pokemon Journeys Rewrite. Last time, Ash and Go returned to Sinnoh, fought Darkrai alongside Dawn and Cynthia, and Ash also had a Champions League battle against Flint. What will happen next? Stay tuned to find out.
That's how we've come this far. Feel the aura resonate in me. Let's go. By your side is where I'm meant to be. And if this is destiny, let us see to the end. And I believe this is only the start, so let's begin again.
Ash and Go are hanging out in the Cerise Park when Ash receives another Champions League notification on his Rotom phone. His next opponent is another member of the Galar Pentagon, sister of the Galar region's Dark-type gym leader, Marnie. About an hour later, Cerise comes running into the park, being chased down by two punk-looking people who immediately see Ash and run up to him. This is Team Yell, and they tell Ash to come with them right now, saying that the big boss wants to see him. Go recognizes them as Marnie's supporters, who we saw while watching the Galar League, and so Ash decides to go with them back to Spikemuth. They tell Ash he has to go alone, and so Ash takes this on by himself. Ash arrives in Spikemuth, where he sees the rundown state of the town. Ash asks what happened, and the grunts tell him that poverty runs rampant in this town, and that the big boss and Marnie are trying to change things. Ash is then led to a part of the town where Pierce is practicing for his next concert. He sees Ash and greets him with a friendly face. He tells Ash he wanted him to come here so he could judge his character. After all, he's a bit overprotective of his little sister. He also said he has someone who wants to meet him, and Marnie approaches the Alola champion. Marnie asks Ash why he's fighting in this tournament, and he says to become world champ and become one step closer to becoming a Pokemon master. This makes Marnie visibly upset, and she initiates a battle. The battle is a one-on-one, Gengar versus Grimmsnarl. The two Pokemon seem to be equally matched, delivering powerful blows one after the other. Gengar has speed, but Grimmsnarl has strength. Grimmsnarl is able to manipulate the battle in its favor, delivering a critical blow and knocking Gengar out. Marnie, with a stern and disappointing face, comes over to Ash.
I suggest you forfeit our match.
What?
I'm not doing this for a simple dream. I'm doing it to help my hometown. You have no real drive, and Gengar's incompetence shows that. This is bigger than a game, so stay out of my way.
Marnie starts to walk away, but Ash stands his ground. No!
Excuse me?
Your motivations are incredible, Marnie. No one would deny you that. But I won't stand down. If you want to reach your goal, you have to show your goals are larger than anyone else's. So I'll give it everything I got next time.
You're digging your own grave. I just beat you. Next time won't be different, and you better not use that weak Gengar if you want a chance.
Ash has a week to prepare for his rematch against Marnie. He feels bad about Spikemuth, but he can't give up now. Not after he's come this far. And he needs to help Gengar prove its worth. And so he decides to focus on Gengar and his strength. Go suggests maybe paying Galar's minor league ghost-type gym leader Alistair a visit, as he may be able to help Gengar out. And so the two head to Stow-on-Side. The two arrive at Alistair's gym to find Bee outside. She tells the two she is actually a longtime friend of Alistair, and the two have been constant rivals ever since they were little. They go inside the gym, and Bee introduces the two to Alistair. Ash pleads for the ghost-type gym leader to train him, to help Gengar reach new heights. Alistair, seeing a spark in Gengar's eyes, agrees. The training is rigorous. Despite his shy nature, Alistair is a strict and firm teacher when it comes to ghost types. He wants Gengar to reach its max power, the power of Gigantamax. And so the trainer and Pokemon run, climb, spar, and do exercises together for days. He even remarks that Alistair is a completely different person when battling gets involved, that his shy demeanor is completely replaced with a burning passion. Finally, it's time for the final test. Alistair tells Ash and Gengar they must beat him in a battle. The battle is Gengar versus Gengar, and it's pretty tough. Alistair may be a minor league gym leader, but he's still in the league. His battling style is messy, and yet extremely effective. However, Ash and Gengar push forward. They want to beat Marnie, to prove to her that their dreams and drive are even stronger than hers. And so, mustering up all of its power, Ash's Gengar goes in for one final offensive strike, taking Alistair's Gengar out. Alistair is very pleased with Gengar's performance, and says it's finally time. Bea and Alistair whip up the max soup, feeding it to Gengar. Everyone is super excited, as they gather around the battlefield to witness Ash's new powerhouse. Alright Gengar, let's get huge! Gigantamax! And just like that, Gengar Gigantamaxes. However, something's wrong. As Gengar starts to rampage across the stadium, it causes a lot of damage, and so Alistair and Bea send out Gengar and Machamp to calm it down. Gengar isn't in control, it's just mindlessly attacking everything. Due to the Pokemon being in this state, Alistair's Gengar and Bea's Machamp are able to easily defeat it, and Gengar returns to normal size. Nobody has any idea what caused this. Perhaps the influx of Dynamax energy was just too much for Gengar to handle. Alistair tells Ash he needs to be extra careful when using Gengar's G-Max powers, and Ash agrees. Still, he's hoping Gengar can push through this during their match. Regardless, he's been put in a rough corner. Was all of their training really for nothing? The day has finally arrived. Ash and Go arrive outside Winden Stadium, where they actually run into Hop. It's revealed here that Marnie was actually his rival during his time as a gym challenger, with them reaching their climax during the Galar League's semi-finals, so he's here to see how much better she's gotten, especially when she's up against an opponent like Ash. Inside, the stadium is packed, anticipating the clash between Ash and Marnie. Ash and Marnie then come out to the battlefield. Marnie, I'm not giving up. I plan to go all out!
Fine, but I intend to create the same exact results as our last match.
Try all you like, but this time, you're not getting past me. First up is HERACROSS versus Obstagoon. The battle starts off to an insanely fast start as HERACROSS zooms across the battlefield, not letting Obstagoon catch it for an instant. Seeing Obstagoon in a confused state, Ash commands HERACROSS to start landing more direct attacks, which results in Obstagoon grabbing HERACROSS, and using a barrage of attacks all at once, knocking the Pokemon out.
Is that really all you can do? I'm not impressed.
Just you wait and see. Ash sends out Gengar, and seeing how weakened Obstagoon is from HERACROSS's barrage, it's no surprise that Gengar is able to gain the upper hand. Obstagoon tries to hold its own, but in the end is defeated, and so Ash also sends Gengar back. Next up is Corphish versus Morpeko. The audience is confused why Ash would send out a water type against an electric type, but Ash has a face full of confidence. To the surprise of the audience, Corphish holds its own, not giving in to Morpeko's attacks. Even when the Pokemon shifts into its rage mode, Corphish is able to deliver powerful counters and defend. This match is completely in Ash's bag. Corphish lands one final strike, taking Morpeko out.
That Corphish is something. But we're far from finished. Let's go, Grimmsnarl!
Marnie's ace then takes the battlefield, and it shows. This Pokemon is on another level, showcasing power, determination, and a strength unparalleled by any other Pokemon seen today. Corphish just doesn't stand a chance, and goes down. This leaves Ash with one last Pokemon, Gengar. The two Pokemon go at each other, showcasing a drive to defeat the other, a reflection of their trainers. Ash wants to prove his dream can shine as bright as Marnie's ambition, but Marnie wants to devour that dream in darkness, so she can make her way up to the top and achieve her own. Eventually, Marnie gets tired of the equal matchup and decides to end things here and now.
Let's go, Grimmsnarl!
And just like that, a Titan of Darkness appears, G-Max Grimmsnarl. Ash is at a loss, he doesn't know what to do. Gengar is weakened from its battle between Obstagoon and Grimmsnarl. G-Maxing is the only way Gengar is going to be able to pull out a win. But if he does it, who knows what will happen? Ash has to make a decision, and quick. This is when Gengar looks back at Ash with a nod. Gengar. Alright, let's do it! And just like that, Ash Gigantamaxes Gengar for the whole stadium to see. Gengar is having a hard time controlling itself. The amount of energy surging through its body is overwhelming, but for Ash's sake, it uses all of its efforts to stay in control. Gengar, I know you can do this! The two G-Max Pokemon clash, and the battle is unlike anything we've seen up to this point. Both Pokemon want to win, and it's reflected in their every action. Eventually, the two deliver a powerful clash of G-Max moves, and a giant explosion erupts through the stadium. When the smoke clears, Gengar stands proud. Ash has done it. He's beaten Marnie. Marnie starts to tear up a bit, knowing she failed. It's revealed here Marnie was at the bottom of the Champions League ranking, and after losing this match, she won't have enough points to bounce back. She begins to cry, but Ash comes over to her.
Happy now, huh?
Marnie,
Don't apologize! My lack of strength got me here, not you!
I was wrong earlier. I'm not doing this for myself.
What?
Sure, I want to have fun battling, but when I beat an opponent, I carry on their hopes and dreams. I carry them all the way up to the top, and show those who I beat what I can really do. Beyond anything, I will prove to the world that I can become a Pokemon Master. That is my drive. Ash's words break Marnie, but also make her reflect upon her actions. She tells Ash she has a lot of thinking to do, but one day will come back even stronger. The two shake hands, properly ending their battle. After the battle, Hop invites both Ash and Marnie to dinner, and the three trainers tell stories all about the adventures they've been on. Hop and Ash also get excited for whenever their next battle may come around, which may be sooner than both think.